Okay, everything looks good. All right, hello. Thank you for joining. I am uh, going to be working on this charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife that I started about a day or so ago. And I am excited to get this finished and then clean off, clean off my desk. My pink desk and my pink gaming chair are covered in charcoal. So we're going to power through the rest of this project and then see how cleaning charcoal dust out of furniture goes. Oh, hi. Hope your day is going well too. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think where we left off, I was um, doing some facial adjustments, and to warm back up, I think that I am going to get some charcoal in my hands and work on his um, turtleneck. So let's get messy. Uh, so his turtleneck is really dark, and that's not reflected yet in the drawing. So I have my soft charcoal for putting down the most pigment, uh, and uh, yeah, let's do it. Okay. All right. So I've put down some more shadow in his tunic, or no, not tunic, turtleneck. Just going to make sure I can read what's going on in the TikTok stream. Okay. And using that same soft charcoal to build up more shadow in the background. Pressing more firm to get the most pigment in the darkest shadows of my reference image. So thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing that I started a few days ago. This is of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. We got a nice amount of people. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Okay, so I've put down quite a bit of pigment over here, so I'm going to let it kind of sink into the paper, and I'm going to shift over to this side to build up some more dimension in the shadow over here. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So I have put down some more shadow over into uh, the side of the drawing. Um, so I'm going to move over to back to uh, his shirt for adding some depth to his shoulder pauldron, getting details in the shoulder strap. Actually, since I'm working with a wider area, I'm going to grab a larger charcoal. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. This is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while. So I'm really happy to be playing with such a fun material. It's very fun to work with. It's very messy, so I recommend if you are going to pick up charcoal at any point to make sure that you have put towels down. All right. Okay. All right. And grabbing my smaller charcoal because I'm going to push some shadow into the leather of his shoulder straps. And pushing really firmly for that shinier, more pigmented charcoal look since his leather straps are organic. They're made of leather. I want them to uh, have that real life kind of smooth and shininess that leather does. Awesome. So, since I've put down quite a bit of pigment, what I'm going to do now is draw back in the highlights with my kneaded eraser. So, when you're doing a value drawing like this in charcoal, your tools for erasing stuff are also a tool for drawing. So if I take my eraser and I go over an area that has highlight, uh, my eraser will pick up the pigment that I put down, and then it will draw the highlight that I want. So there's a bright highlight on his upper arm. And I'm thinning out my kneaded eraser quite a bit. Hello, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm working on the highlight on his shoulder strap right now. I'm taking my kneaded eraser and thinning it out quite a bit for tiny detail like the stitching on his leather strap. That looks lovely. And I can do a little bit more of that over here. Redefining the highlights in the shoulder straps. And if I repeat myself, it's because the lives on Instagram and TikTok, if I don't talk enough, will turn themselves off. So using my kneaded eraser as my drawing tool for right now, I am going back in to the shadows that I drew earlier for adding highlights back, adding more shape to his outfit. Using my eraser to get some of the nice corded texture of his turtleneck sweater. It looks like the comfiest sweater in the world. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to take this kneaded eraser and draw some highlights into his hair. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy. I started this about a day or two ago, I think 2 days ago, and today I'm hoping to finish it up so that I can get my uh, gaming setup back to normal and cleaned off of dust. I haven't drawn in charcoal in quite a while, so I have been retraining my charcoal drawing muscles. I am going back to art school in the spring, and I wanted to. Hello. I wanted to. I wanted to start training myself how to work artistically on a schedule, and these live videos or live streams are great for getting me to be creating traditional art consistently. So I hope y'all are having an awesome day. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. This is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while. Scan. Oh, oh, thank you very much. So I'm using my kneaded eraser to redraw lots of highlights in his face. Clean up under his eyes. Hello, thank you for joining. I am working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. And I think I'm going to take my white charcoal and start putting down some of the brightest highlights in his hair. So far, I've made very minimal mess on my hands, which I'm very happy with because this stuff is really hard to scrub off. I think that I spent like a solid 45 minutes getting charcoal off of me the other day. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. This is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while. So I've been dusting off my charcoal muscle memory and providing myself a lot of charcoal dust to clean up. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Will you do others? Yeah, I most likely will. I would love to do a uh, Aerith charcoal drawing or Tifa. Um, uh, definitely. I would like to do a lot of um, I would like to do a lot of character drawings in charcoal. Anything to build up my traditional art portfolio. Oh, it seems like I lost his ear a little bit in the drawing, so I'm going to put down a bright highlight for where the curve of his ear is. He has a cute little earring. So I'm going to take my charcoal, just a little dot for his earring. Awesome. Hello, thank you for joining. So I'm working on the adding the corded rib texture to his turtleneck sweater with my white charcoal. In my reference image, it's mostly all shadow on his sweater. So I'm just doing some very light strokes for getting the hint of texture to his sweater in that really dark shadow area. That looks so nice. Hello. Thank you for joining. Turning my charcoal over for where I was working with some dark so that I don't just draw dark charcoal onto his face. So since I've added a lot of highlight in the past while, I'm going to go in with a wrong one, a medium charcoal. Oh, thank you for following. Uh, um, I grabbed a medium charcoal for uh, putting some more value back into his hair. And medium charcoal is for putting down, well, a medium amount of product. So it goes from soft charcoal will give you the most pigment in a drawing, and hard will give you the least amount of pigment. So if you are going for a lighter value in a value drawing, you grab the hard charcoal for the least amount of uh, color or shadow that you're putting down. So since I am going with sort of the mid shadows of his hair, I'm using medium. So I put down quite a bit of pigment, so I'm going to take my smudge stick. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's so cute. This is this is my new bedroom. It used to be a living room, but um my childhood bedroom was too small for me when I just moved home to my parents a little while ago. But I had like when I moved home to my parents, all of my furniture from all of my furniture from my childhood was uh like goth furniture, and it was too dark and too heavy, so I needed to pick out lots of bright stuff. Lots of bright happy stuff. Because all my furniture was black. I think the darkest piece of furniture I have now is a purple chair. Oh, yeah, this is my real voice. Oh, thank you very much. I am 5'7". Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. This is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while, so I've been really happy to be working on this project. I'm from New Hampshire. What about you? Where are you from? Hello, thank you for joining. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. I'm going in with my smudge stick to do a lot of blending in the shadows I've been putting down and making his hair look really smooth and PlayStation graphic-y. Thank you for joining. Oh, 39 seconds remaining. Okay, so decline. So there's just a few seconds remaining in this live on Instagram before it ends. So I will be resetting in a moment. Uh, yeah. Okay. Just going to stay away from. Okay. So just one moment while I reset the live on Instagram. These all get saved to. No, I didn't have a father growing up. He was really abusive. That's not my fault, though. He was an absolutely crazy person. Oh yeah, I'm sure it does, but I'm sure that your parents taught you really nice things too. Because I'm just working on some art, and you're in my live, bothering me. So about my dad, for what reason? So you have a nice day. Hello, thank you for joining. Yeah, it is my real hair. I am working on a live drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, and I am just resetting the live on Instagram since they only allow for an hour per live. So, one moment, and I will return to drawing in just a second. But yeah, this is my real hair. I work really hard on keeping it long and pastel pink and healthy. Artist on Instagram. Oh, have a lovely day. Okay, so Instagram is back on, and I can return to working on blending the shadows that I added. And thank you very much for joining. So this is a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife that I've been working on for, I think, 2 drawing sessions now. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I since this is a value drawing, done in charcoal, the way that you add depth and dimension to a charcoal drawing is through um, putting shadows down first and then using your eraser to lift product off of the paper. And then a tool like a smudge tool or a kneaded eraser will do all of your blending for you. So even when you're not using an actual drawing utensil, you're still drawing because you are moving around the product that you put down, which is cool because you can't do that with like a painting necessarily. An oil painting you can move paint around for quite a while, but an acrylic dries very fast. So charcoal is unique in that you can up until the point that you've sealed it with a sealant spray like this Mod Podge. Uh, um, you can still work with it. Yeah, oil paintings are neat because oil paintings actually don't dry for an oil painting will not actually be dry for roughly 2 years. So as long as you haven't sealed your oil painting, you can still work with it if you get the oils back on to the painting. Hello, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you so much for saying hi. Thank you. Still working on Cloud Strife, having lots of fun working on this drawing. Right now I have my smudge stick for, oh, thank you so much. Right now I have my smudge stick out for blending all of the shadows and highlights in his hair. So today I put down a lot of charcoal around his hair for maximum contrast. And now I am marrying those shadows and highlights together. Yeah, it is difficult to I do find it a little difficult to draw such a pretty face. He is an intimidatingly gorgeous character, especially where he has such an iconic look. Uh, um, it is a fun project to tackle his very, very defined character hair. Oh yeah, I love using charcoal as a drawing medium. It's really interesting to work backwards when you're drawing. Uh, so instead of just putting down lines like with a pencil, instead of just putting down line work, uh, you are so with a charcoal drawing, um, I drew my entire canvas or paper gray to tone it, and then started putting down shadow. Started putting down shadow first, and then you build up your highlights by erasing all of that, which is really cool. It's a really good mental exercise for seeing what is actually there in a drawing versus what your mind just wants to copy. Yeah, it is difficult to learn. I do agree. The in particular, what I am relearning since this is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while is how messy it is. How long does one drawing usually take? One drawing. So this one I started one drawing session ago, and the first session I drew for about 3 full hours. And I think that I am on my second hour today working on this charcoal drawing. So far, five hours. So I've put down a bunch of do I ever take breaks? I take breaks. I took I think a day in between this one and the last session to stare at it for a good while and let my brain figure out what needs to change when I was going into the next drawing. Why does he look like that? Uh, so he just does. He's kind of always slightly stern faced, so or pouty. So I wanted to capture that. And I haven't done too much to his face as uh, the facial features. Oh, thank you very much. The facial features are so soft that and also the values of shadow in his face are pretty even toned. So I want to avoid having too dramatic shadows that aren't there. Uh, or any harsh lines that don't actually exist in the facial features. So I'm going very minimal with how I draw his face on so that it has the appearance of or close to what a human face is like in real life. And a smudge stick is cool because you are picking up pigment with your smudge stick from shadow areas and places where the charcoal stick wouldn't be most suitable uh, for drawing. So I'm working on the soft tissue of his ear, and the smudge stick is going to give me a much softer uh, application of charcoal for building that really rounded, smooth surface. And while I'm working on his ear with my smudge stick, I can soften the shape of his earring that I drew on earlier. And with the pigment I picked up from his earring, since that was just a jet black little dot on his ear. Oh, hello. Thank you very much for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Uh, so since I have a little bit of pigment from the dark charcoal earring, I can use uh, that got picked up by my smudge stick to give him a little bit more definition under his eyes. He has really beautiful bottom eyelashes. And I can use a little bit more of that to add just a little bit of soft shadow underneath his nose. The nose is so tricky because it's cartilage is soft tissue, and there's not really, even if somebody has a very pointy nose, there's not really any um, hard lines in the nose that would create like a hard shadow. So maintaining the balance of drawing shadow onto the nose is well, it's difficult. So instead of using my charcoal to draw a line for his nose, I have my smudge stick and I'm just kind of working in circles uh, to apply more project. I'm a little bit of a furry. I'm working on a drawing. What are you up to? Yeah, I'm very happy with how his nose is looking right now. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. This is my first charcoal drawing in quite a while. I think probably several years. So I have been trying to dust off my charcoal muscle memory. I'm going back to art school in a few weeks for the first time in several years, and I wanted to start creating on a regular basis, and these live drawing sessions are wonderful for uh, retraining my brain for creating on a schedule. I've been doing art since I was a baby, basically. Um, I think that there is uh, honestly probably the last year was the only major gap in creating traditional art for me. Um, uh, so for end of 2024, I've made it my goal to build my traditional art portfolio back up. Oh, thank you so much. And I just saw a comment that just oh yeah, I love Final Fantasy so much. Even before I had been even before I had been playing Final Fantasy uh Kingdom Hearts was my introduction to Square Enix games, and uh oh yeah, I'm really buff. I'm pretty buff. I work out a lot. I like to be I like to be really strong. I lift all the groceries. I lift all the furniture up the stairs. I used to be really unable to move from autoimmune disease symptoms and couldn't lift myself out of bed most days. And when I got healthy, I made it my goal to be strong enough to build some muscle and also be able to help out physically around the house and with my friends that need help lifting stuff. So just like Cloud Strife was actually my physical health motivation. So if you're just joining, I've been working on this charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife for a couple of days. And I have been focusing on blending the shadows and highlights in his hair today. Oh, thank you very much for following. So I think that what I will do, since I added quite a bit of highlight to in my white charcoal to his tunic earlier, what I'm going to do now is uh, go back over those in my soft charcoal since his turtleneck sweater is so dark. Thank you for joining since his turtleneck sweater is so dark in my reference image, but there's still uh, a lovely amount of texture in it. I want to balance having um, that shadow and fabric detail. Oh, you have the same headphones? I like these a lot. I like the color changing. Makes me feel like a robot. Thank you for following. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So this is a uh, charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife that I've been working on for 2 live drawing sessions. This is the second drawing session that I've sat down for. Uh, I've been doing this for, I think that this is like my, oh, you know what Twitch says? Twitch says that I've been working on this for 90 minutes. The other day I was working on this for about 3 hours. So we're coming up on hour 5 of this charcoal drawing. It's my first charcoal drawing in a few years. So oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I am very proud of it so far. Thank you. I love charcoal. It's a very interesting medium because it's one where you essentially work backwards as while you are creating it. So uh to start off, what I did was tone my paper with charcoal so it was entirely gray, and then start building up the shadows that were around his silhouette. And uh, once you have your base layer of shadows down, um, you go in with an eraser, and that's where your highlights come out. It's really cool because it's like you're training your brain to draw what is actually in front of you and not um, what your mind wants to assume, like with a line drawing. But yes, I would say that I'm self-taught. I started paint making art as a kid. Um, and then I went to art school, and I actually am going back to art school for the first time in a few years, in about a month. So I wanted to retrain my brain for creating on schedule. And these live drawings are awesome for getting creative on a daily or weekly basis. And I just got a question. Do I cosplay? Yes, I do cosplay. I love to cosplay. I cosplay Cloud Strife. He's my favorite character to cosplay. I like to take breaks in between cosplaying Cloud Strife and test out other characters because um, uh, I improve my cosplay skills, and then when it's time to put Cloud Strife on again, uh, he is way better every time, and the evolution is really cool to look at. So uh, I cosplay Cloud. One of my other favorites is Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I have two outfits for her, as well as Rebecca from Cyberpunk. Uh, I just got in the mail Lightning from Final Fantasy. Uh, I have a Tifa cosplay and Aerith. Um, yeah, lots of characters, lots of anime characters. Oh, you know what? I'm working on a handmade one of Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2, uh, who I've been wanting to cosplay my whole life. Uh, yeah, and I did see. Oh, somebody said I look like Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. That's funny because she's the celebrity who or actress who I always hear that. So thank you. She's beautiful. She's the best character from those movies. The misunderstood creative artsy girl who all of them were mean to. If you rewatch those movies, nobody was nice to her, which makes me sad. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. This is my second session working on this drawing of Cloud Strife. Oh, I was saying about I refuse to give it. Oh yeah, I do too. I honestly don't like I don't love them, but it is a reoccurring lovely compliment that I look like her because I think that Luna's so pretty. But yeah, I agree. I doing any sort of it feels like invoking the devil. And that's an odd that's they are overrated. Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. Totally, I get that. And they're on for every holiday. Like St. Patrick's Day. Like what are we having a holiday? How does this relate? You know what I mean? But it is funny that at the school for uh wizards and magic or whatever, they all were like, that girl is so weird for believing in wizards and magic in a little bit of a funkier way than the rest of us do. And there's no like criticism of it. It's not like they don't like look critically at it, which is funny. Hermione was a mean girl. Like she wasn't I didn't like her. So I'm pressing firmly with her hair did give. But it kind of was giving more. I like it more in the I like it unconditioned. I like it in the beginning and then they give her like kind of boring hair. It was like I think that it had more character in the first one. I think they should have kept that look. The minute that they let them wear it, I'm glad you found it. Oh, oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy that you found me. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I really like doing these live projects because I get to um create, but also at the same time I get to build community, which is cool. Uh so very happy that I have this tool for making new friends and also making art. Community is very important these days. I agree 100%. Especially, I think that uh the last 5 years or so, there's been a lot of dissolution of community, and uh, um, I really want to propagate community. Oh yeah, I am kind of jacked. Thank you. I work out a lot. I was kind of ill the past couple of days, and was losing my form. But today I got back to a 35-second plank, so I'm very happy with that. Uh, I want to blend out. I want to do some broad blending on his shoulder pauldron. I just bought some chocolate. Oh, I love chocolate covered pretzels. I have a lot of allergies, so I have not have gotten to enjoy a chocolate covered pretzel in quite a bit. But you just reminded me that I have allergy free pretzels in my kitchen, and I also have allergy free chocolate. And if I wanted to, I could heat up that chocolate and make some allergy free chocolate covered pretzels. And that might be how I treat myself after this live session's over. Okay, that tissue is real dark, so I'm going to toss it so that I'm not making any more mess on stuff that I'm happy with. And why don't I take my blending tool and or my smudging stick and blend out the leather in his shoulder strap. I use he, him. But really, any pronouns are fine. I sort of switch presentation all the time. Thank you for asking. My name's Justin. That's another fun fact. So I'm using my smudge stick to blend some of the charcoal in his turtleneck. There's really beautiful texture in his turtleneck that I want to maintain throughout the shadows because it's a very dark. If you look at the reference image, the his turtleneck is almost completely in shadow, and there's very subtle texture. So I want to really get that gorgeous subtlety, and that requires going in a lot. I'm 29. Do I sell any art? I don't sell art at the moment. Uh, so I haven't been in a creating traditional art phase in quite a while, and my portfolio is um, pretty out of date stylistically, and also content that is sellable. So part of doing these live streams has been for uh, building my art following, and also getting myself to be creating traditional art more regularly, and finding my audience for who would want to purchase my art. That's the other thing. So, thank you for asking. It's definitely something that is a goal, is to uh, sell pieces like this in the future, and also um, sell prints of artwork that I make. I'm also a digital artist, but it's been quite a while since I made digital art on a regular basis. So uh, all of those things will feed into each other, and hopefully there will be uh, a lot of pretty art to purchase in the near future. Oh, that would be wonderful. That would make me so happy if I could sell you some of my work. I've worked on commission before and struggled to find that client creator skill. So, uh, something that I'm definitely interested in is taking commission work again. Now that I'm a bit older, um, but also wanting to produce art that is uh, um, for a lot of people's enjoyment. So selling prints of my artwork is something that I would love to do. I would love to have this turn out beautifully in the end and be able to put up prints for sale of this Cloud Strife charcoal drawing since there will only be one of this drawing. It would be wonderful if it could go on, Etsy for prints. And I've put down quite a bit of pigment for quite a while. Oh yeah, that's all right. And I do so my other live art project that I've been working on is a large scale painting of Sailor Moon that it's visible on Twitch, but it's over there. And uh that's another anime fan art that I've been working on. Uh Oh, thank you so much. It's the only reason why I have taken a break from it is because it's gigantic and standing to paint for 3 hours at a time is super strenuous. So I'm on my second hour of working on Cloud Strife today, but I barely notice it because I get to sit down for charcoal drawings. Just making sure that my lighting setup doesn't fall over since I moved it. Nope, everything is good. Great. But I've also, excuse me, I also sculpt. Uh, I did a sculpture, a bust of Lady Gaga, I think last year. I did a sculpt of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8. Both of those out of air dry clay. So I definitely will revisit sculpting on here. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm working on a charcoal drawing of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Um, so yeah, I am definitely interested in showcasing all of my uh, artistic knowledge and sharing it because something really cool about doing these lives is one I've been sort of a few people have been saying that they've been learning to create art from me, which I never expected because I feel like uh I feel like I ramble a lot. But it turns out that my rambling is useful for a lot of people, and some artist friends have even sent me artwork that they made after watching their lives, after watching my lives, which has made me so happy because I do these for adding art to the world. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Uh, let's see. I can blend some pockets of loose charcoal over here in his sweater. And 2 months is a fabulous amount of time to work on a piece of art. Uh, so that painting that I started, I think that that has been, I believe that I started that maybe 3 weeks ago, and this is the only week that I haven't worked on it. Um, But I expected that one, it's an acrylic painting. I expected that acrylic painting to take me maybe 1 or 2 sessions. But it has been, I think, uh, seven TikTok live streams, which is way more than I was expecting. But it is like, I think it's a like 72-inch by like 24-inch painting, which is like quadruple the size of how large I'm usually creating. Um, so that one probably will take about a full month to complete if I uh, paint at the speed that I've been. Even though acrylic is such a fast drying medium, I started doing. I wanted to incorporate charcoal drawings into my live sessions, uh, because they uh, are a faster turnaround for completed works. And this this drawing I see being completed by the end of this week and ready to share on social media. Whereas my Sailor Moon painting needs a few more. Oh yeah. I actually I make ASMR videos as well. Uh, that's another passion of mine. I have my YouTube channel, Femboy Cloud Strife, has all of my ASMR videos on them. Um, as well as TikTok has uh a good chunk of them. Uh, the TikTok only allows for 10 minutes per video, but uh, definitely check out my ASMR videos if you enjoy my voice. And TikTok. Oh, yeah, I'm sad about that. I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping for an 11th hour savior because I only just figured out how to use TikTok for uh being a creative within the last month or so. I feel like I broke 1,000 followers on here and gained live streaming capability within like 2 to 3 weeks of them announcing the app potentially being banned. Uh, so maybe something will save us. But uh, in the case that that doesn't occur, uh, my YouTube channel is lacking in subscriptions for um, going live on YouTube. So definitely hit the subscribe on YouTube at Femboy Cloud Strife so that I can eventually live stream on there. Um, and I also live stream at the same time on Instagram and Twitch, both under Femboy Cloud Strife. And there's also, I think, if you go to the link for my Instagram in my TikTok bio, there's the link tree that brings you to all of my socials. And Instagram is letting me know that I've been live for another hour and the reel has to save. So in a moment, I will be pausing to um, take care of Instagram. So bye, Instagram. See you in a minute. All right. Charcoal drying, drying. So just one moment while I make sure that this is uploaded to Instagram. Fantasy artists on Instagram. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've been working for quite a while. I think Twitch says this has been a 2-hour drawing session. So I think that I will uh, call it a day for now. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I am going to hydrate and have a snack. Uh, and I will be back on to finish this drawing in the next day or so. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, still on Twitch. Okay. Okay. Bye, Twitch.